Our national security and standard of living depend on the reliable functioning of a vast array of assets, networks, and systems, such as food, water, energy, communications, transportation, banking, and more. These are referred to as critical infrastructure and include physical or virtual assets, systems, and networks so vital to the United States that their incapacitation or destruction would have a debilitating impact on security, the national economy, or public health and safety. Collectively, our infrastructure sectors provide the underpinnings of our economy and our society. The risks we face as a nation are complex. They include a mix of human-caused and naturally occurring threats and hazards that range from terrorist attacks, cyber threats, oil spills, and power outages to hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, tornadoes, and wildfires. The complex interdependencies and physical characteristics of our infrastructure make it essential that we identify and mitigate vulnerabilities. Ensuring the continued operation of our infrastructure requires a strategy that achieves resilience, so that regardless of the threats, electricity flows, communications remain robust, and planes, trains, and buses continue to operate. Resilience is defined as our ability to resist, absorb, recover from, or successfully adapt to adversity or disruption. We must be able to maintain critical operations and functions in the face of a crisis. Prepare for, respond to, and manage a crisis or disruption as it unfolds, and return to and reconstitute normal operations quickly and efficiently. Protection and resilience complement each other and are both necessary elements of a comprehensive risk management strategy. Protecting and ensuring the resilience of our infrastructure is a shared responsibility that involves all levels of government in partnerships with owners and operators. The National Infrastructure Protection Plan, or the NIPP, provides a framework for partnerships that enhance critical infrastructure protection and resilience, and helps build a safer, more secure, and more resilient America. These largely voluntary public-private partnerships ensure a common approach to integrate critical infrastructure security efforts, set protection and resilience goals, and focus resources according to risk. The NIPP partnerships are formed within and across 18 infrastructure sectors. The sectors represent the logical collections of assets, systems, or networks that provide related functions to the economy, government, or society. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, coordinates the overall effort. Federal departments and agencies designated as sector-specific agencies collaborate with owners and operators and other government entities to develop sector-specific plans. Sector-specific planning and coordination are fostered through partnership councils comprised of owners, operators, associations, government representatives, and other entities. These partnerships are the key to successful public sector and private sector initiatives that cross jurisdictional and sector boundaries. Information sharing is essential to effective implementation of our nation's critical infrastructure protection initiatives. Effective information sharing results in enhanced readiness to implement appropriate protection and mitigation efforts. The NIPP information sharing approach is based on a networked model that allows distribution of and access to information in multiple directions, bottom up, top down, and laterally, between various partners that include the intelligence community, law enforcement, government, and critical infrastructure owners and operators. By creating an effective environment for information sharing, critical infrastructure partners are able to access information they need to make decisions and take necessary actions to mitigate risk. The NIPP Risk Management Framework is the cornerstone of our unified approach to critical infrastructure protection and resilience. To better understand the risk, critical infrastructure partners begin by setting sector goals and objectives, identifying sector assets, systems, and networks, and analyzing the nature and magnitude of the risk. After gaining an understanding of the risk, critical infrastructure partners prioritize and implement resilience strategies and protective programs. The final element of the risk management framework is to measure effectiveness and provide a feedback loop that fosters continued improvement. Protection and resilience programs and strategies vary between sectors and across a wide spectrum of activities. Let's look at several examples. San Francisco is a city of nearly 1 million people and a prime destination for tourists, conventioneers, and business travelers. However, the city is crisscrossed by seismic fault lines. A strong earthquake could devastate the city's infrastructure and economy. Guided by the National Infrastructure Protection Plan, emergency services and other sectors are partnering with critical infrastructure owners and operators and local officials in San Francisco to take actions that make the city less vulnerable, better prepared, and more resilient. The chemical sector encompasses everything from petrochemical plants to pharmaceutical manufacturers. The sector provides a wide range of products for industrial production, agriculture, and household use. But chemicals in the wrong hands can become weapons of mass destruction, causing injuries, illness, and the loss of lives and property. Therefore, it is essential for critical infrastructure partners to develop creative protective measures to ensure that chemicals are used only as originally intended. The Pennsylvania Chemical Industry Council and the Department of Homeland Security are partnering to provide seminars and exercises that bring together industry representatives, law enforcement agencies, and emergency services to formulate and practice protective measures. Through real-time scenarios, participants test their critical thinking skills and develop ways for the public and private sectors to prevent and respond to potential security threats. The program provides a national model for developing and testing protective measures that ensure our safety and security. Safeguarding the Liberty Bell and other symbols of our nation's freedom requires that we balance national security with public access and aesthetics. Federal, state, and local partners work together to assess the threat and develop protective measures. These activities help protect the uniquely American icons that represent our values and freedom. Each year, sectors report on their activities and accomplishments. DHS analyzes these reports to develop a consolidated national annual report that documents the collective progress towards achieving the critical infrastructure mission. Protecting our nation's infrastructure requires that we work together to build individual and organizational capabilities and expertise. We all must be willing to do our parts. Our critical infrastructure protection and resilience is built through critical infrastructure partnerships. And partnerships begin with a common understanding. So, if you haven't already done so, read the National Infrastructure Protection Plan and participate in training and exercises offered in your area. The NIPP Education and Training Program offers competency-based classes, online courses, and webinars, and supports numerous academic and grassroots training efforts. Visit www.dhs.gov/critical infrastructure to learn about training opportunities and other critical infrastructure initiatives. Protecting our infrastructure is critical for ensuring our nation's safety and security. The National Infrastructure Protection Plan provides the framework for us to work together. Together, we can enhance critical infrastructure protection and resilience.